So the first one I've written down is called Scale Your Knowledge and Expertise. And what I basically mean by that is even if no one watches your video or no algorithm isn't pushing that out to the right people, it's an asset. It's a video that you can continue to use and actually put that in front of the right people manually. So that could be things like, for example, if you had a client call or a sales call and you found yourself constantly explaining the same things over and over again, the same concepts over and over again, you can actually use and create a video that may not necessarily get pushed out on YouTube, but you can actually send and reshare that video to that client or that prospect over time. Number two is it basically scales your ability to network. So back in the day, you used to have to do this manually. You had to go to like your local chamber of commerce. You had to go to these networking events. You had to go to conferences, basically to drum up business. And you had to go to these trade shows. You don't have to do that anymore, right? Because in the way that people buy, people fundamentally buy from people they know, like, and trust. And so what's the best way to do that? Like imagine going to a conference and you probably get maximum 300-400 people at a conference, and that's all you're left with there. The ability for you to reach an audience much bigger than that is quite significant as well. And sometimes I think we get into this notion of like, unless the video is doing thousands, if not tens or hundreds of thousands, it's a failure. In this particular client's case, got a few hundred views. I said to him, imagine if you got the opportunity to actually go in front of a room and present exactly your expertise for an hour, which is how long that video went for, to 400 or 500 people, which is how many views that video got. The question is, would you be happy with that? Is this an opportunity you would take? And if your answer is yes, well then it's worth it, right? And so we would love always more, but I think this notion of the idea of like being able to present to even a few hundred, albeit the right types of audience, then it's fantastic, right? It's a great opportunity to do that. And YouTube has this great ability because of the algorithms, you have to find your exact audience as well. So despite the fact that the numbers aren't huge, we're going to have to accept the fact that sometimes the video view count is a reflection of the demand for the topic or the demand for the type of video that you're going to do. Just same thing as if you go to a conference and if you pick a much more niche topic that only a select smaller subset of your audience will be interested in, we're going to have to be okay with videos that get 14 views or 50 views or 100 views or maybe even like 5 or 10 views. The number is arbitrary, right? And so what my point is here is that fundamentally YouTube really helps, or content in general helps with know, like, and trust factor. Number 3 is small numbers still matter, which I've just talked about just then. So I've just combined that basically all together. Number 4 is it nurtures your leads, right? So these are what we call conversion-based content. So you might be doing not just YouTube, you could be doing Facebook ads, Instagram ads. The videos that you create still play a part in the decision-making process. Just like what I said earlier, they might discover you through other means, whether it's short-form content like TikTok or SEO, going to your website. And as long as your videos are strategically placed in places where people need to see this content in order for them to warm up to you and then buy from you, then again, there's no wastage of that particular video as well.